So Ryohei went to this nightclub in search of an eternally youthful singer. And he ran into Josie there. Why would Yayoi have this book?
What if she didn't? What if someone planted it?
Yeah.
Oh, Yoko. How is Yoi doing now?
The smell of incense. That's from me. We light it in memory of Miyuki, Ryoi's first wife.
Eiji's mother.
Yes. They lost her to cancer. That book looks pretty old.
It was in Yayoi's room. Have you heard anything about it? It might shed some light on what she was thinking.
I've never seen it before. But the Scarlet Chameleon nightclub, that sure does take me back.
You've heard of it?
The club closed when the bubble burst, then reopened as a theater. I've performed there back when I was acting.
You were an actress?
Yes, under the name Kyo.
Kyo?
It's a play on my name. I rearranged the letters in Yoko and got Kyo. Nothing ever came of it.
Okay.
But that was how I met Ryoi.
Interesting. Kyo and not Io, huh?
Kyo, not Io. Huh. How long ago was that?
Around 10 years ago, I think. Age was catching up, I guess. I just didn't have the energy for it anymore, so I decided to retire.
He was there in the audience at my final performance.
And do you know what he said to me? It is such a shame. You've honed your craft. I was sure you'd get your big break. Cherry blossoms are beautiful even when they fall, but not just in full bloom.
Sounds like there's a deeper meaning to that.
Yeah.
Even when they fall.
So I ended up leaving the stage for good, but I've found happiness with Ryoi.
Did you know the Shijima family was researching ways to stop aging?
Of course not. I didn't find out until we were married, and I couldn't care less about it.
You didn't think that it might help you stay young forever?
Many people fear growing old when they are young. I know I did. But as I got older, I started to see that it's not so bad. Actually, the years give you more to see and discover. That was another thing I learned from him.
What do we got, buddy?
Is your dad dead yet?
Did you hear us talking?
Why, my father wanted to spend the rest of his life with her. I think I understand now. Well, how was the book? Find anything useful?
There was a section where Ryoi talks about agelessness and the Tokijiku. He makes it sound like a fairy tale, though.
So he does know after all, and he's been keeping it from us.
Also, something occurred to me just now while I was talking with Yoko.
What is it?
Give me some time to think. Here. Try reading this. Just the ending is fine.
Alright.
This book was very important to Yayoi.
Or we think it is.
I think her secret may be hidden inside it.
The hell is that?
What is Yayao's secret?
I lost something because of that detective. Yayoi is EO? Possibly.
Possibly, yeah.
Eh.
It's a stretch, too. That's a possibility.
Okay.
Let's see. Whom did Yayoi have a grudge against?
Except he's fictional.
Yeah, he ain't real. Like, we don't actually know who that guy was, but... Excuse you, I'm not done.
Rearranged Yoko and got key. Okay, so I think we're currently on the wrong. There we go.
Okay.
No. Nah.
That's a stretch.
I think that's
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Especially with the hat.
I'm not sure who she is yet.
Yeah, like I can't tell if it's... She had to be one of the three women, but we don't know who.
That's it. That must be who Yayoi really is.
None of the... I feel like none of those sound quite right.
Yeah, let's try that first.
None of those sound right. But let's work with the most likely hypothesis for now.
Okay, so that's not an option.
Let's go with...
Like, that one almost feels like the more likely one, just because Yayoi was so mad at Jocelyn.
Yeah.
Done?
Yeah. Skim the important parts anyway.
The main character, Io. She's Yayoi, isn't she?
That would make Io's diva the important person she lost 50 years ago because of that detective.
Yes. 50 years after he forced her beloved eternal diva off the stage forever, Yayoi finally got her revenge. Reading this account over and over again must have fueled her hatred for him.
She waited 50 years for her revenge?
Yes. The target of Yayoi's revenge was at the club that night.
Josui.
Yep.
I'll bet Yayoi took revenge on Josei Kusaka. Detective Josei also appears in that story set 100 years ago in the Taisho era. Assuming the Taisho era Josei, Showa era Josei from 50 years ago, and Makoto Nishimari are all the same person.
Then there really are people who don't age.
Based on what we know, that's my conclusion for now.
I think we're missing some pieces.
Do you want to ask Yayoi directly? She might be willing to actually tell us the truth.
I'll go and try again later on.
Who wants to
But I'm
bet
not
that
really
she's
sure
already
if she's
dead?
back.
We could also try a different route.
What do you mean?
We'll contact the editor at Bungei Sekai and ask them to tell us about the person who submitted the story, Io. If the description matches Yayoi, then we'll have some certainty. What do you think, Akari?
It's a good plan, but that publisher's one of our rivals.
You seem very defensive about this.
But
I'll do it. I mean, I count as a writer, don't I? Tell me how to get in touch with them.
What are you hiding?
Yeah.
I'd like to inquire about the person who submitted the account of a crime from 1972. From 1972. I feel like I've heard that date before.
Me too, actually.
What was it? 1972. Showa 47.
Then, the Scarlet Camellia reappeared in the lives of the Shijima family after the Great Kanto earthquake and the World War in 1972.
The Scarlet Camellia!
Of course. The Scarlet Camellia began committing murders again in 1972.
There has to be some connection to this story.
But why? What connection could there be?
Revenge for Saya?
The Scarlet Camellia was at the nightclub?
That's the only thing I could think of at this point, because why would it be they just read the story?
You don't suppose the Scarlet Camellia was at the nightclub? Maybe seeing both Ryohei Shijima and Josei in person triggered the Scarlet Camellia.
If that's true, that means my father might have met this Scarlet Camellia.
Yes, and someone else, too. Yayoi might have met the Scarlet Camellia 50 years ago.
Excuse me, there's something I should
Hi, Mr. Gardner, man.
Sure. What is it?
I love the fact that there's such a small cast in this and they rotate.
Yeah.
It was
And they even
Mr.
have, like,
Shijima who
decent
uncovered it.
reasons for it, just basically her
my
being
father.
like,
Yes.
imagine
He dug
these
under the
people
cherry
in
tree
the
and
story.
Out popped those old bones. I don't know why I was digging there, but
I see.
I didn't want to say anything and cause trouble. But then Mr. Shijima got poisoned, and that detective got murdered, and I got scared, thinking those bones might be cursed. I just thought you should know.
I see. Thank you, Takehiko.
Ryohei must have known there was a skeleton buried under the cherry tree, right?
Must he?
I'm going to see my father. Maybe he'll regain consciousness. I'm also curious about the Tokijiku mentioned in this story.
I'll go with you. I'm worried about you going by yourself.
I'll go talk to Yayoi about this 50-year-old case.
Okay, but be careful.
About what?
This place is pretty big. When I was a kid, I got lost one time and ended up in this weird room.
I'll be fine. I'm just going to the storehouse.
Alright, see you later.
And she's dead.
Yeah, I know. I'm expecting they open that and she's dead. Either someone murdered her or she killed herself. Especially since it looks like... Okay, no, it's still closed. Oh, nope, she's fine.
Huh.
I wonder, what did you bring me this time?
I brought this. Is the detective you killed the same person as Josie in this story?
If I said yes, you wouldn't believe me, would you?
Still being evasive, I see. Do you know about the Scarlet Camellia? I believe this Scarlet Camellia is connected somehow to today's incidents.
You think that this person killed the detective?
I don't know about that. Yayoi, will you tell me what you know?
If that's what you want. Here.
So you'll know this is case part 2. The River of Oblivion. Yoshino Shijima.
Prison.
The devices.
Been in this storehouse for a long time. You might find what you're looking for.
Could these be? They were Yoshino's handwritten manuscripts, the continuation of that story published in Shinsei Nen.
And the plot thickens.
It was 6 months after the murder at the private auction. In that time, I stayed close to Josie and continued investigating the stolen Tokijiku and the mysterious Scarlet Camellia. But I wasn't able to find any meaningful clues, and I grew more anxious with each passing day. That was when I received a letter from my uncle Azon.
It is snowing on Mount Fuji.
The River of Oblivion. Wait for me, I got little legs. Also, I have some kind of chronic illness.
I'm suffering from animal disease. I'm like Hub. I am Hub Hikari.
Let's take a break.
I'm sorry.
Could you show me the letter again?
It's an F.
F for fudge. Traditional succession rite of CGI. Gane will attend, as should you. Water lantern ceremony. Succession. Gane will attend.
Please allow me to attend this family event. father's life may be in danger.
He knew where we were, so he could have seen us in person instead of sending a letter.
He probably thought you'd just run away from him again.
This feels like a trap.
I hate to admit it, but your uncle's handwriting is exceptional. You can tell he had a good upbringing.
In his letter, my uncle called on me to take part in the family's succession, where the next head of the Shijimas would be chosen.
The hell does that involve?
The family succession. What does it involve? The letter also mentioned that my father, Yayoi Shijima, would be present. I was excited to see father again. But then I recalled the urgency in his voice when he ordered me to leave the house, and for a moment, I wondered if I'd made a mistake.
Take this and leave this place now.
Huh? Is someone after this Tokijiku?
This is my way of making amends. Yoshino. I'm sorry.
Did anything happen to him? Was my father all right?
The cold will get us if we stay in one place too long. Let's go.
If only we had some rice porridge. That'll warm us up a bit.
Rice porridge.
When I was younger, my father taught me how to make it, something my mother often made long ago, he said.
I see.
Actually, I don't know very much about my mother. I've missed her so badly. But my father never told me anything much about why she left us.
Ah.
Do you mean left us as in she passed away, or left as in she ran away?
I've always felt that way, ever since I was a child. Maybe it has something to do with the Tokijiku. Josie, you know something, don't you?
I know many things. I am Josui.
With a stylish hat.
Let's go.
Josie wouldn't tell me anything, but that look of sadness only made me even
Josui
more
everlasting.
anxious. May we come in?
No!
You must bring us a shrubbery.
Welcome. Miss Yoshino Shijima, I presume?
Yes, I'm Yoshino.
I beg your pardon. You're Yoshino Shijima. I am Misao Jinba, the innkeeper. And this is?
My companion.
Do you wish to share a room?
No, we'll take separate rooms if they're available.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, thank God, we wouldn't have to kick you out.
Get your names here.
All of the Shijimas.
My uncle is already here, I guess.
It must have been cold outside. The winds from the mountains make it especially chilly around here.
Looks like it'll start snowing soon, too.
Oh, you'll find a charcoal brazier in every room. The baths are not far from your rooms. I'll be back again to show you later. The women's bath looks out onto the river, so you get a lovely view of the winter landscape.
Man, you get to look at a concrete wall.
Yoshino.
Who the hell are you?
Where's my father?
Gene arrived yesterday, ahead of everyone.
Both of those are good questions.
What exactly are you doing here, Toako?
Azan said he'd be lonely without me. How many years has it been since his wife passed away, I wonder?
Toako.
Don't mind me. You should really go and see your father.
Let's see, they're wearing sandals. Their feet are too quiet for burqa. Well, slippers, I guess.
Josie, please wait here.
This is all your fault. How will you take responsibility for this if it ruins the Shijima family?
There's no need for a successor. It all ends with me as it should. I can't burden Yoshino with this.
Have you forgotten what our mission is?
I don't need to hear any of this from you!
Stop fighting! Uncle! Father!
Yoshino, what are you...
That's right, our dad mentioned that he tried to stop the succession.
Decided to join us after all.
Why did you come back?
I invited her. She needs to be here for the water lantern ceremony.
I said it's not going to happen, you insolent...
That's not for you to decide!
Enough! Get out.
I don't know why, but I feel the uncle could be a lumberjack.
Remember what I said, Gene. You know what happens if you refuse to go through with it.
Our dad's about to get murdered, isn't he?
Probably.
And that was my spinal cord.
Hey, son. You've gone too far.
I'm sorry for coming back, Father.
And I'm sorry you had to see all that.
My brother's a little shit.
He should have been a lumberjack.
You look well, better than I'd imagined.
You also look well, Father. More importantly...
What is the Shijima's family's mission?
What is the Shijima family's mission?
Yoshino. I am very happy to see you. But you shouldn't be here.
Is it because I'm a woman?
In the 1920s.
In Japan?
Father, I've brought a companion, someone who has done a lot for me. Come in.
Hey. Like my hat?
Father, this is Josie Kusaka. This is my father. What's with you two?
Oh, nothing.
Guy stuff you won't
Please
understand.
excuse me.
It's just I met him when I was a child.
Daughter says you have been looking out for her. I hope she hasn't been too much trouble.
Not at all.
She helped me solve a murder involving a mummy. Wait, what?
Paw's so wide you could park a truck in it.
Yoshino.
No, I have not farted once during this recording.
No, he did. Or maybe
Go
it
out
was
there and live
her.
the life you want. You said you wanted to be an author, right?
Yes.
Then don't stop until you become one.
Can't stop, won't stop.
There will come a time when women are truly free to carve out their own paths. I'm sure of it.
God damn it, I was joking about the sexism.
Josui, as Yoshino's father, I realize this may come across as a selfish request. But please, do take good care of my daughter.
But not in that way.
I will.
Unless you already have. In that case, I'd better see a ring on that. Koi!
Josie, I can't thank you enough. I believe that made my father feel better.
Fish.
So much fish.
He's going like, I'm gonna eat that fucking koi. It's gonna be delicious.
Maybe if I'm lucky, it'll be a dragon.
But there's something I must discuss with your father. Yoshino, go on ahead without me.
Interesting.
Let me guess. They're gonna talk. Daddy Dearest is gonna show up dead, and they're gonna assume he killed him.
Yep. Something Josui doesn't want me to hear.
Something Josie doesn't want me to hear?
Excuse me.
You can't leave. I don't want to deal with all this.
What's the matter,
Oh,
Uncle?
good. He's a little shit.
Patient.
On this day?
Well, thanks to Gene, there won't be a family event for me to miss.
And what should I do?
Stand there and look pretty.
You've come all this way. You might as well stay the night.
What about the lantern ceremony?
Yes, go ahead with it. Saita, someday you'll be responsible for the Shijima family.
Will you, though?
I don't wanna.
Your suit is stupid.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Of course.
That's like the outfit you see from like one of those little kids that are just little shits. Like I was expecting to just go do the roar.
If anything happens, send word to this address. Well, I'll leave the
But
rest
Father,
to you.
I don't know how to read yet.
Excuse me.
But Father, I want to fly.
See, I was gonna say, I want to be an artist.
Anyway, I'm sure he's paying for the rooms, so please make the
No
most
son
of
of mine shall be an artist.
Don't want to cause
You'll be a doctor.
I want to fly close to the sun with my waxen wings.
Careful, Icarus.
Why doesn't he seem eager about it?
But I wonder why he doesn't seem eager about it.
That's the sound of the truck coming into park.
I thought that was gonna be another fart. As I went down to the river to pray, studying about that good
I'm
old
sorry
way.
for how my uncle acted.
You don't have it easy either, do you? Being summoned here out of the blue?
And I still haven't been told what the purpose of the lantern ceremony is.
It's not hard to imagine. We use fire to send off the dead.
Oh god, we're about to commit arson.
Sisters, you mean?
Who knows? I'm not a member of the Shijima family.
I'm just a gold digger.
I can't believe we're doing the lantern ceremony by ourselves. What's the point?
Well, we don't have a choice. My father told us to do it, so we have to.
Well, your father's in a tough spot too. I doubt your ancestors would be thrilled to have a runaway daughter and some outsiders sending them off.
That's enough, Ayame.
What? It's the truth, isn't it?
Yeah, make a wish.
Excuse me. I'll be in my room.
Did we just harvest her soul?
It's because of those things you said.
Why are you taking her side?
And she was clutching her chest, so I don't know.
Let's send these off.
So we have us Shijima, Doofy Shijima, and little shit Shijima, and bigger shit Shijima. Okay.
I was gonna say, thus far, I'm not impressed with the family. Seems like the only good one is our dad, and I'm assuming he's about to die.
Why were these candles labeled Dinamite?
It'll be really snowing on Mount Fuji.